What's up everyone, it's Young Sheldon back with another dry lip tutorial. Are you a freshman in art school discussing the intricacies of chiaroscuro, rapidly siphoning your trust fund for Coke and Molly? Or are you a freelance painter in your 30s with acute, lancinating chest pains but no health insurance? In either case, today's topic should pique your interest since I'll be discussing the horror that is modern art. As someone who played sports in high school, my artistic understanding is elementary. If I look at something and think, damn, that's sick, that's just what it is. Monkey brain see pretty thing, monkey brain like. But what I tend to see with modern art is a severe lack of craftsmanship of a loose idea on a canvas, and I don't like it. So here I am, complaining about Jackson Pollock paintings that look like I pressed my ass up against the shower door and sprayed diarrhea on it, cupping it in my hands while it runs down the door, while I flick the specks with reckless abandon. Anywho, today I'll look at some modern art pieces and explain why whoever spends copious amounts of money on them to hang them up in their house is retarded. Let's do it. Is this beautiful? Does it give you a deep throbbing in your chest? Does pondering this creation leave you with a minor stain in your boxer briefs? Do you feel inspired? Are you creatively satiated? Does it give you the feeling of that 13-year-old boy who toils in the uranium mines by day gives you as he tenderizes your shoulders with his roughened, overdeveloped hands? My main gripe is the lack of subject matter and elements of composition in these pieces. Like, what does one look at in this? The square of yellow most central to it? The white drips that look like the underside of my desk? Or the orange line that looks like my tapeworm? I understand that these are supposed to be conceptual, but I feel like pieces like this are an excuse for someone with a lack of creative vision and craftsmanship to call themselves an artist. I just don't know if I can buy into the idea of movement or the concept of color as the takeaway of something that was purchased for millions of dollars, when you could commission a Parkinson's clinic to achieve nearly the same result for a fraction of the price. It's fine for art to be conceptual. When you have to explain to someone why something is beautiful, it defeats the purpose of something just being beautiful. Like if you took a Renaissance painting and a modern art painting and stripped away all historical and cultural context, and then asked people which is more beautiful, they'd nearly always pick the former. I suppose the upshot of this is that real beauty doesn't need context, and achieving a certain level of artistic vision and craftsmanship is necessary to make something good enough to be considered beautiful. Henceforth, it seems like even if there is a main subject in one of these modern art pieces, the style is too questionable to discern whether it's intentional or poorly executed. I suppose not knowing is why it's considered great, but again, if it needs context, is it actually good? This is mainly about artists like Basquiat with undeniably unique styles. I don't think an idea being new or unique necessarily means it's worth putting energy into. Like if every unique idea that was put on some medium was considered a good piece of art, we'd have thousands of schizophrenics on YouTube chewing on slabs of concrete and drinking cat blood, who society would consider geniuses. I suppose if every art student is up late at night, gluing glossy photos of Basquiat scribbles in their assignment notebook to come over later, I must be wrong to some extent. Because what am I? A little boy who types on the computer for 10 hours a day? Go rub some sticks together, freak. What an idiot! To delve into the issue of subject and composition further, does the micro level of a painting matter if the macro is trash anyway? Back in the day, there was this unequivocal white man, Barnett Newman, who painted these pieces belonging to the color block genre. They were slashed by some guy that we call an incel nowadays because he didn't think they were art. And then when restorers couldn't replicate the technique Newman used, and had to completely paint over the pieces, people thought this showed the genius of Newman's technique, since he was the only one that could get it as glossy and slick as the original. The point of this anecdote is to question the reverence of art simply for the technique, because at the end of the day, it's still red paint on a canvas. Like if you show the before and after to some random guy, they'd probably say, yeah man, it's definitely red. Can you leave my kitchen now? You tracked mud through the garden all the way through the house. And why are you naked? This color blocking shit is great and all. I'm sure the brushstrokes on them are real ornate and tender, but I can't help but think that people that make these kind of pieces are paint technicians instead of artists. I reckon having a vision is a pretty integral part of being an artist. It's not like making something like this takes no skill, but when the vision is so dull that you're essentially painting a living room wall on a canvas, it makes every aspect of it seem trivial. I don't know. I'm just not a huge believer in having to ponder to figure out whether something is good or not, because you know what else can make you ponder? Going for a walk. I can't help but think that some people are lying when they say one of these modern art pieces is beautiful, just because they want to be considered some highfalutin art person, or like it only because it goes against mainstream thinking. But hey, who actually cares, right? All these people I'm criticizing have millions of dollars for something they fabricate completely by themselves, and I don't. So fuck me. I just type on my little computer for 10 hours a day to deliver shareholder value. That's about all the crying I can muster for today. So the next time you're at the club, talking to an art student that sounds like this. I used to multiply, but now they only let me add. They'll execute me if they find me with a times table. Remember to buy the very best batch of flowers from the store and throw them in the garbage, so no boys can surprise their special lady with them, as they'll be enjoyed only by the maggots of the public trash can outside your local McDonald's. Then when you have the urge to make a homophobic remark toward the nearest homeless man, just close your eyes and leave a like and a nice little comment on this video. But just please don't leave a dislike. I would hate it if you left a dislike on my video. I can see you about to press the dislike button. So why are you reaching for when I told you not to? You better not. Ugh, fuck. You pressed it.
Oh! You was on some op shit. I was cruising down a nigga block with a chopstick. Rockstar nigga. Nah, I need a rock bitch. We want beef, not veggies, not squash bitch. That boy like to talk. We pop out with mops. You gon' shoot a little, we gon' shoot a lot. I rock out with the chop, bitch. I rock very hard. She thought it was my cock, but my cock very hard. School was very hard. Bitch, I'm very hard. Take it very hard. Take it fairly off. Chop up with a blade. Cause my bitch golf. 1911 mom, leave you with a scar.